Well, good morning. Let's get this turned down a little bit. We have just stayed overnight at the Farmer's Arms just outside of Tewkesbury. The road's a little noisy, but the pub's lovely. Everyone's really helpful. The food is nice. Maybe a tad on the expensive side, but then we're not used to being down south, are we? So, everything seems expensive to us when we come down here. So we're just waiting for a parcel to get to my dad's, and bless them, they are. We will stay in until your parcel gets there, and it's just like, it's fine. We get told off Amazon like a rough time scale for it to get there, and it's only 10 minutes from the centre of Tewkesbury to their house anyway. 20 minutes at a push if there's traffic, so it's always possible to get back in time for the delivery. And of course we don't want to be a problem making them have to stay in there, but yeah, they're not having any of it, so we're going to go to Aldi, even though I've still got a full 23 litre tank of water and probably another 3 litres of cold water in my van. I'm just going to go get some bottles. I know you can get, like, was it 24 bottles of water for £2 something. I don't like the plastic waste, I really don't, but I'm finding that I'm not drinking enough water because I'm worried about using all the water I've got, and it just seems easier to go and buy it from the shop right now. So we'll just do that. That should do us for the next couple of days, and then hopefully after that we will be down in Cornwall. So yeah, I think it's about 3.5 hours away from Tewkesbury is where we need to head. And then we're just going to chill out for an entire week, which we can't wait for, because we'll have company, which it seems like such a long time, and so many scary things have happened to both us and them since then, that yeah, it's weird and a long time coming, and I think we all just can't wait a little bit just for seeing each other and just talking about how crap it all is, really. So yeah, there's that. Yesterday I phoned, well, the day before I phoned the 24-hour helpline number for the hospital. I'm still not too sure what I'm supposed to do, because technically I was discharged from the hospital, but that was just from being an inpatient. I think obviously I've got my follow-up appointment with my phone call on the 19th, and then I'll have a scan in October sometime. So I'm still under the hospital, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do, so I've asked for a little bit of clarification. Because I've got these temperature spikes again, yeah, it's a weird old thing, because I have got a tremendous, cover your ears fellas, a tremendous amount of vaginal discharge, which I've been told is normal, unless it turns into something different colour wise and smell wise, which is always lovely to have to keep an eye on, but it is what it is. So they're fine with that, and they just think that this is, if I thought my hot flashes were bad before, then yeah, this is it now. So if anybody has any ideas on what to do to sort out night, because I've got night sweats and then I've also got night chills, so I am chucking sheets on and then chucking my covers on because I'm shivering. I've got a fan on me, I turn the fan off, I open the skylight, I close the skylight. Someone mentioned on the video I've just gone about putting socks slightly damp in a bag in the fridge. I've already got one of those cooling neck towels in there, so I can just chuck them in there, and I'll probably get a whole load of things that I can put in there to try and help myself cool down. I've got 2 really decent fans that I can use, and then, like I say, the space quilt that I've got is amazing, but it is a king size quilt, and I've got a single bed, so there's an awful lot of it. So basically that came off last night, and I had a sheet with a fleecy blanket, and I had one or both or none on me last night, so that seemed to work okay, which was good. Still had the sweats and the shivers, but it was easy enough to deal with. We managed to find in John's van Coopy's old cooling mat. It is now under my bottom, cooling me down. I've tried that on the bed, and it's just a little bit too scratchy to sleep on, I must admit. So I have ordered some cooling blankets. That it's a TikTok thing, has got me good. But they do look amazing, like proper cooling, and you can flip them and use both sides, and yeah, so it does seem to be really good. So I've got one of those coming in the hope that will help me. Not having air conditioning in my van is not helpful either, because when we got to the pub last night, it was 32 degrees in here, and I really struggled cooling down after that. So we went in the pub and just like 2 Pepsi Maxes, but that's all we had in. Couldn't get a Coke. So we had 2 drinks full of ice, and I'm just sat there with a glass on my face. And we took one of the fans in from the van and had it blowing on my face, and it cooled me down nicely. I took my shoes off. I think it's weird because it's like I've got into the habit of being scared of the high temperature, but I don't know if before, when I had a hot flush, that my temperature went up as well, because I never blooming well took it. You know, I mean, how do you just get so obsessed with people turning around and saying, you must monitor your temperature. If you feel hot, then you must let us know. And then it's just like, but what if I feel hot and okay? I don't get it. What if I feel hot just at night, which is what's going on at the minute? I seem to be fine during the day, apart from this morning, of course. So it is strange. It really is. And I don't know what to do. So it's like, go back to basics, cool yourself down. And I think it's only going to be a case of if I have everything cooling down. So if I've got wet cold socks on, my cooling blanket, while sat on this blimmin' dog coolie thing that I've got with a fan blowing on my wet face, if I still have a temperature then I'm going to go and get something sorted about it, because it doesn't make any sense. But they do reckon that this is most likely to be damage to my ovaries caused by all the radiotherapy. So I'm waiting for a call back from a gyno nurse to see what they can say. I've looked at a little bit of the things. The ladies' mantle's supposed to be good with hot flashes. I don't particularly want to go down the route of getting antidepressants or other antidiuretic and other weird drugs that aren't actually made for this, but people are taking them anyway. So I don't particularly want to get into all that, but you know, we'll just have to see what happens. So now this is us at Aldi. You get some food, get some ladies products and some water. Yes, I don't want to get into taking all the things I don't need, like proper actual medication, but we shall watch this space. So I mean, we all know that there's many reasons for travelling with John. Not only did he come and meet me outside Aldi so he could carry my bags back before, we've just filled up at the petrol station there, and then came back here because there was some dripping underneath my van, and it turns out it's diesel. So John is currently looking to see if he can figure out what it is and fix it for me, because he's so lovely. He's got a nice bum, so I get like a really good view from here. Anyway, still looking at his bumps, man. Oh, they're standing there.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things under there, but it's that's saturated in diesel fluid, and that shouldn't be that loose, I don't think.
Okay.
So I think diesel's coming up from there and filling out this, and that was what was dripping over the top of your tank.
Okay.
Because everything else in there, all those connections feel solid. So it's just that one that feels loose. So trying to get out the fuel out of there, and then we'll have a look.
Okie. Right, so we made it to our park up for the night, and we are just on the hills outside Weston-super-Mare. It's just a lay-by, but it's at the side of like a country road, so it's not going to be too busy. And when we got here, there was 0 views because of all the cloud and things. But now it looks like we're getting a fabulous sunset. As you saw, it wasn't quite straightforward. Somebody decided to absolutely brim the fuel while I was in there, because I was a bit distracted just thinking of stuff. So I'm like, click, 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 pull it out a little bit, click, 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 click. It obviously doesn't like that. John's tightened up some things, and now it looks like it is no longer leaking, because we drove an hour, so I've used that fuel out of the neck and the top of the tank. So I know now, click, let it fizz down, do one more, and then I'm done. John's had some problems too. If you've seen over on his Instagram, his header tank has been bubbling after the climb up the hill to get here, so he's got that to look into as well. It's a good job he's so handy with engines, and not afraid to give everything a go, which is always a good thing. So I'm going to go to bed. I've already had one hot flush of the evening, so I'm going to go and see how far I get. I've got a sheet and a blanket over this way. Oops, all my clothes everywhere. So sheet and a blanket there, and then I've got my full quilt on there, and I'll just have to keep getting out of bed and changing them because that's the way it is. So yeah, good stuff. I'll see you tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm in the point of not doing myself any favours. I had a very leisurely walk around Aldi, and then went to Morrison's as well just to do a little bit more. Ended up doing a bit more in my van, trying to sort out that diesel thing, which seems to have sorted it now. I've used a bit of fuel. I got temperature again this morning, and normally it's staying to the evening. Just the evening, and the hot sweats are ridiculous, but I've been in tears all morning. I think I'm just fed up. I'm fed up of feeling poorly, and I don't know, it's like there's nothing I can do to help myself. Everything just feels like I just want to lie in bed. I just want to not get out of bed for days and days and days and just stay there. And I don't know. My watch strap broke last night when I was in bed, so I must have been fighting something. And I've also got the worry of where we're heading to, because I can't go if I've got an infection of some sort. I can't go and get too close with Tash and John. So once we stop today, I'm going to phone the medical assessment unit in Hull, as I have been advised to do, because I was told that if anything changes, like I have the temperature during the day, if it doesn't go away, if there's any pain associated with it, which there is, to give them a call back. So I'll get that call in and see what we can do there. But yeah, I don't know. And maybe I'll go to see the same hospital that John's been seeing all this time. I think part of me, I don't know, I'm not a medical expert. I just like to have a blood test just to make sure that there's no infection running rampant. If this is all hot flushes, if this is all perfectly fine and there is nothing wrong with me, then I'll deal with it, you know. But I am just a little bit worried that it's something different, because I've got a little bit of pain that goes with it all. So I don't know. I am fed up. I am effing beasteding fed up. Like, really, really. So John came in this morning and I just cried and cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. So, yeah. Anyway, we've got some stop-offs today. We're going to stop off every 45 minutes just to make sure I'm okay. And driving will be the only thing. Make sure that don't fall off. Driving will be the only thing I'm doing today. Nothing else. So let's see if that helps me out at all. So from one sweaty hot mess to a cleaner sweaty hot mess. Do love Moto Services, or Exeter Services at the minute, and they've got showers. So with this one though, I mean, look at the size of the room. So you get the whole room and then the shower there and whatnot. So yeah, really good. And I feel so much better. I think trying to conserve water has got to be something. We've never gone without water. So I think I just need to start using the stuff properly, sticking my head under that tap in the morning, washing my hair, get a proper wash down. Not that you all need to know that anyway, but yeah. Cool, nice one, Moto Services. Free showers, loads of space, and the lady was mopping it, or just finished mopping it when I came in, so winning. Well, look at this for exciting. Hey, 1. I don't need to change gear. 5. You need to change that setting. Do it. Hey, 60,000 miles from a little sweet. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, good morning. Sorry about the noise. I'm right by a corridor. This is my 4th room.
of my stay where they try to figure out what the heck's going on. I've got a nice little view, outside view there anyway, of some streets and things. And yeah, I've got a private room this time, so I've got a little sink in the corner, a window there, and I'm currently trying to look through. You can see the tiny little gap in the door there to try and catch someone's attention because my call alarm's just fallen on the floor. And I am absolutely locked into this bed, so if I need a wee, then accidents are happening. But yeah, so I got here Tuesday, it is now Friday, and it's just been crazy, absolutely crazy, from being in A&E with such high temp and so much pain I was just throwing up, trying to figure all that out, to then get onto an intermediary ward until they put me on the pre-surgical ward. And now, because it's not for sure that I'll need surgery, I've been moved from there to gynae, and gynae seems to be who will be looking after me. So if anything happened on surgical, they'd have to keep asking gynae anyway. So it makes sense that I'm here rather than up there. The nursing team was amazing up on the pre-surgical ward. Still no by mouth, so I've not eaten now since, because I didn't eat Monday anyway, so I've not eaten since then. And it's only this morning that the breakfast guy walks past and talks about porridge with sugar on it, and I felt like I could eat it, so that's got to be a good thing. I've been plugged with so many different types of antibiotics and fluids and all the things over the days. It's the first time in a while I've not got anything in my cannula, which is good. Although I did have this morning, and I've had some intravenous antibiotics then, because I'm nil by mouth still. So we're just waiting for a follow-up scan. So I had a CT, and that showed some pockets of fluid where there shouldn't be in my pelvis and up in my chest at the top. They do assume that might be the pain at the top, which is horrendous actually, might be transferred pain from all the shivering and riggers that I had, because they were so bad that I couldn't stop, and then that's radiated pain from there. So they're hoping that that's going to go away, but it does look like there's something they're going to check out on the ultrasound anyway. And then they found some lower down in my pelvis, which they think looks like an ulcer of some sort, but they can't tell for sure until, because apparently CTs are rubbish at finding fluid and things. It's good to find, they can see it, but they can't really find out details about it. There's no perforations, no anything like that for me to worry about, which is always good, especially with my bladder and bowel being so delicate down there at the minute. So yes, I'm going to go for what's hopefully going to be, what do they call it, a standard trans-abdominal ultrasound, which means they're not going to try and do a vaginal ultrasound, because they're going to have to knock me out if they do that, because it's so painful. So I'm going to see what they can find from the outside. And what they've said is, if, in comparison to the CT, in that if they see that all the antibiotics have been working to take the size of this ulcer or whatever it is down, because that's where they think the infected fluid is that's causing all of this problem, that if it's small enough, then they'll keep me on antibiotics to get that gone altogether. But if it's too big, then they'll want to drain it, and that means going into theatre. So that's why I'm nil by mouth again. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes, and I will update you as soon as I know more. But that's it. That's my last 4 days of my holiday. I mean, at least John agreed that it's a good hospital, so I can't fault the staff or anything so far. There's always the odd blip and stuff, but generally they've been really quick getting me through all of this stuff anyway. So yeah, we'll see what happens next at the scan.
Hi folks, Editor John here, as you can tell by my editor glasses. I just thought that Mandy's last clip she recorded might be sort of like a bit too much of a cliffhanger, so I wanted to let you know she did indeed have an operation on Sunday. Took most of the afternoon on Sunday. It was a bigger operation than they had obviously planned. She's currently in intensive care being looked after, and I'm sure she'll explain more about that in the next video. But as Mandy would say to you, thanks for all the lovely messages, thanks for the support. You guys take care, and yeah, she'll see you soon. Take care folks, bye.